Hello guys, in today's video I'll be covering our Pit of Saron plus 13 run. Hope you enjoy. Composition wise, we are a Vengeance Demon Hunter, a Holy Paladin, a Destruction Warlock, a Frost Mage, and a Marksmanship Hunter. So the first pack is going to hurt a lot when you pull it. Be sure to pop wings, have your beacon set on targets that are squishy, because they have damage reduction and the healing as well. And the pack should die easily after that. An important thing to say is that in every pack we pull there's going to be one Quarry Tormentor which will cast Curse of Torment. The buff needs to be the curse as soon as possible because it's a healing absorb and it does damage over time. After you're done with the first pack, you'll go to the left, jump down here. Make sure to not pull the mobs there to the left and to the right. You're going to position yourself right next to that needs to be clicked after you leave combat. The second pack also needs to have the curse for the Curse of Torment. Nothing that different for the pack. You need to dispel your tank periodically from the debuff that's reducing their max HP. After killing the pack, talk with the NPC so you activate it. You need 06 in order to activate the last boss. And now you start running towards your next pack. Be sure to leave the tank to get his aggro before you start like throwing judgments and everything, popping your consecration beneath the mobs. And yeah, you should start healing. Now, for the gargoyles, they're going to pick up party members which you can cast Blessing of Freedom, and they'll drop them, which is a nice little mechanic you can do as a Holy Paladin. Another important thing for this pack is the Plague Horrors will leave green puddles on the ground, which you have to move from, and also there will be casts marking a purple zone on the ground, which you just have to move from, and it doesn't leave a puddle behind. You might have to sacrifice your tank on this pull, as they deal a lot of damage. They also give like an armor break on your tank, which makes them take more damage. Click your mob here as well, so you don't forget, so you don't have to run back for it. Now for this pack, let the tank get some aggro on the little mobs, pull the Drake afterwards, and if you have to bop someone from your party if they're taking a lot of damage from the jumping guys, be careful of the frontal of the dragon. If you have to, play your Aura Mastery if the party is taking a lot of damage from the jumping guys. Be sure to use your cooldowns. Because here there will be a lot of cast of Curse of Torment, and the party won't be able to survive all of them or get cursed from them. So popping wings here is a good option for your 2 procs on Holy Light, which should clear or almost clear the full healing absorb. Again, purple areas you need to move away from. The tank will kite them into the next pool. There will be a gargoyle in it, so don't forget to cast Freedom if necessary. There you go, the mage gets targeted by the gargoyle and you can freedom it instantly. Now here, if you then use it on the last pack, is a good moment to use your Aura Mastery, as you won't have wings to out-heal the damage, and on this key I'm struggling a little bit, and on bigger keys you'll struggle even more. Of course, I don't use my Aura Mastery because I'm pushing my limits. Now do a quick 360 for style points and go on to the next pack. There will be jumping guys here as well. After the tank gets aggro, be ready to pull them towards your next pack as well. A cargo is in it. Make sure to dispel your tank from the maximum health reduction the small ads give. By the way, if you're wondering here, I wasn't playing with the Blessing Toll from Hour Mastery when you click it, and that's why I have Consecration getting procced by Judgment. It's better, without any doubts, to play on the Divine Toll on Aura Mastery, but I had messed up my talents, and I don't know why, and I thought I was playing with it the whole time, but yeah, a good thing I realized at some point. Now, the Pre-meeting code here is cast on 2 people. If you're lucky, it'll be on you and someone else. So you can freedom them again, which will dispel it. And if you're playing on the talent, which I strongly recommend to cast Blessing of Freedom on yourself when casting on a friendly, will dispel it for the both of you, and you can keep your dispel for the tank if he gets stacks of the max health reduction. Here my tank code for Blessing of Sacrifice is these guys with the big swords. Give him the armor reduction. Now, the boss is quite simple. You'll start either from the left side or from the right side, depending on where he's standing when you're pulling him, so you don't waste time waiting him. And 2 people will be targeted with Troll Serenite. It's ideal to place it like we placed it here, one next to the other, and the tank will break one of the 2. Now, dodge the falling Saronites and position yourself next to the big block of Saronite. The tank will pull it close to you, so you can damage it and don't get hit by the dot that's going to happen. Now, the big damage isn't here, but after he casts the break, you can freedom this as well, so you can move out of the zones freely and don't get the dot damage. And it's pretty much a rinse and repeat from now on. You can always play Aura Master if you're feeling insecure. You can call your party to play personal damage reductions, as this does a lot of damage. Again, drag the boss next to the Saronite and don't get hit by Glacial Overload. Big damage incoming, freedom, dispel, top up your party, and you're good to go.
We'll save for snack for later.
Now, for the next throw Serenite, you have the option of either staying to this side and squeeze them as much as you can so you can get another cast through on this side, or run to the other side and do the same thing. Because in this case, we had enough damage to finish him off, but you might not have enough damage, and you have to run towards the other side, and it can become messy and everything, so keep that in mind. Congratulations, you have defeated your first boss, and now you're going to be pulling trash again. So entertaining. But now, for this pull, you have to wait a little bit before the tank gets aggro, and after that he'll start pulling it towards the dragon in the next big pack. You're going to leave a mob from the 6th from the 6 that you need for the activation of the last boss here. But don't worry, someone will run after the pack is killed, as you're going to lose tempo if you only kill those 3 mobs, and then you have to kill this pack as well. Healing here is pretty normal for now, nothing that dangerous. You can freedom this as well. It's so nice that you can actually do this. Now, be careful here as they're going to do some damage. I pop wings because I'm a little bit afraid of the party wiping. Don't be afraid to use your cooldowns as they're for use and they'll recharge, so just make sure when you're using them you either call them or signal your party somehow so they know not to pop their own defensives and cooldowns so they can survive. You will chain pull into a 3rd pack now, which also has a mob you need to click after combat. You're out of combat. Nether Burst is a must interrupt as it does a lot of party-wide damage and it will wipe your party most likely. Now, unfortunately, I believe I didn't get the frost debuff on me this time. Someone else got it. And besides, like, from the normal person that gets it. So you have to free them and dispel separately, but that's not a problem because this pack doesn't have mobs that reduce the tank's max health. Now, click this mob, you run back towards the other mob. If no one runs, it's not a problem, you can get it after you kill the 2nd boss. There's a little bit of time which your party needs to go up the hill, you can go click that mob and everything should be good. Now, because we have a lot of AoE, we have damage cooldowns, we're going to pull the mob, we have heroism as well, which is a perfect scenario. With the boss, we're going to pull an extra pack with a Gargoyle, which you need to be careful, you need to insta-freedom so your DPS doesn't lose damage. And just cleave the ads, focus your boss, and everything should be fine. Now, when the boss casts Explosion or something like that, post an explosion, you're going to have a mark on you, not a mark, but everyone gets a blast going towards them, which then leaves a green poison puddle below you. So you need to position yourself so you have some room management. Make sure you can maybe overlap them if possible. Now, for the fixate, don't get greedy. If you have to, move. You're a healer after all, you don't do that much damage. Don't make dumb mistakes. Make sure you heal people as well if they get greedy. It happens from time to time. Also, staying in the puddles for a little bit of time, not a big problem. Yeah, now it's fixating me. I'll slowly move away. Don't get hit. That's maybe somewhat the closest you can stay to him. For this phase, make sure you have like an aura mastery ready so you have a good damage reduction. The casts need to be dispelled because they one-shot. You can wait a little bit on the raise because they don't do that much damage, they stack. And you can just finish your boss. Make sure that the boss and the little gnome are always next to each other because they share health. And you can cleave them and kill them as twice as fast. And congrats, you have defeated your 2nd boss now. This is the moment we actually realized that we had forgotten one of the 6 mobs that we need to click, so one of the DPSs went to click it, while me, the tank, and 2 other DPSs waited for the stones to break, so we can instantly pull the pack that comes running when you break them. Now, the dispels, we're going to slowly drag them towards the next pack. Make sure to interrupt while dragging. That's the best thing, having 3 ranged kicks in a dungeon party. Be sure to free them, so you can keep your dispel for the maximum health reduction. This pack dies quite quickly, there's no 2 tanky mobs in it. There are some guys with a big sword, so be on the lookout for the sacrifice on your tank. Once they start casting it, if you try to run away, they'll still hit you with the cast. That's a low note for the tanks, just so they know. Now I have one caster, one guy with armor shreds, and some small guys. Sometimes the purple zones that appear on the ground from the Lich, which is Dark Rupture as a cast, will be difficult to see, so be sure to look for its casts and try to see the puddles. After you're done with the pack, go through the tunnel and small ads will appear. Be careful of them jumping. Avoid the blue zones, the rocks falling on your head. And the crowd burst isn't that difficult. Just run when you get it. If you have to bubble like I did just now. Again, don't be afraid to use your cooldowns. When it goes to its shield form, like it's doing right now, you can pop a defensive just in case, because sometimes it does a lot of damage if you don't have cooldowns or your party isn't topped up. The mob will be slowly dragged to the end of the corridor. Again, just run from this. Make sure you're nicely stacked for it as well, so you don't leave a big mess and you have more space to work with. And after you kill this mob, you'll have 100%, so last thing to do is slay your last boss for the dungeon.
Heroes, to me!
Intruders have entered the Master's domain. Signal the alarms.
Heroes, we will hold off the undead as long as we can, even to our dying breath. Deal with the Scourge Lord.
Pulling the boss will make him cast Bone Infusion, which is a party-wide damage over time effect. Heal it as this is the start of the fight and you don't have anything else to heal until these blasts. Position yourself next to an infused corpse as well as preferably next to other uninfused corpses so there are less ads in the intermission. Those glacial casts will leave you with a little dot over time. There will be some zones you have to move away from as well. Those are the first ones. During the intermission there will be blue zones which will follow you and you have to move away from them. If you're in the path of someone, make sure to stack with them so you don't get hit by their cast and they don't get hit by your casts, and move synchronized with them. Now, positioning the boss next to the last infused corpse will make movement a little bit easier, as DPS can instantly start attacking it. Make sure to tag it, as it does a nasty party-wide tick. Those are the zones which follow you. There are 4 to 5 casts, I believe. I'm not quite sure though. It doesn't matter how many they are, just move slowly so you have more space to run. After the intermission, the boss will break the glacial corpses and cast Bone Infusion again. Make sure to heal, as there's going to be a little bit more damage this time. Freeze corpses. Move away from the zones.
Such a shameful display. You are better off dead.
The Demon Hunter now jumps straight to the last infused corpse. So we're prepared for the intermission. Now we can just target the boss if he's lower than the ad, and that should secure your key. Congratulations! Now you have successfully timed the Pit of Saron plus 13 key. Hope this guide helped you all, and I'll see you for the next one.